Welcome back to our channel HD Ultra Rare Coins. Please watch the complete video. Only ultra rare coins, information, value, worth and history updates. Today, we're diving into a coin that's not only unique in its design but also holds a special place in the story of one of America's most iconic figures, Abraham Lincoln. This coin may look ordinary, but it has a value that goes far beyond its face, and by the end of this video, we'll reveal why this coin has caught the attention of collectors worldwide. So, let's talk about the United States of America 2009 Lincoln Early Childhood Cent. This coin is part of a special series released in 2009 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint released 4 different designs that year, each showcasing a different stage in Lincoln's life, from his humble beginnings to his presidency. And this one, the Early Childhood Cent, tells a story of where Lincoln started. The Early Childhood Cent is all about Lincoln's roots. The reverse side of this coin shows a simple log cabin, a nod to his birthplace in Kentucky. Abraham Lincoln was born in a one-room log cabin on February 12, 1809. His family was poor, but from these humble beginnings, Lincoln grew up to become one of America's most admired presidents. Lincoln's story is inspiring because he truly came from nothing. As a young boy, he had no access to formal schooling, no books, and only learned to read and write by candlelight in that very log cabin. This coin design reminds us that greatness can come from the most unlikely places. It's not just a tribute to Lincoln himself but to the power of perseverance and education. So, why did the U.S. Mint create 4 different designs in 2009? Well, it wasn't just to honor Lincoln's birth but to celebrate his entire journey. Each of the 4 designs represents an important chapter in his life, from his early days in Kentucky, his work as a young lawyer in Illinois, his time in Washington, D.C., and, finally, his enduring legacy. The Early Childhood Cent, with its log cabin, symbolizes the very beginning. For collectors, each coin in the 2009 series offers a piece of Lincoln's story, making the set a true treasure for anyone fascinated by American history. Now, let's take a closer look at the Early Childhood Cent itself. This coin has a few standout features. First, it's made from a blend of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with a thin copper coating. But what really catches your eye is the finely detailed log cabin on the reverse side. If you look closely, you can see the craftsmanship in the lines of the cabin, which symbolize Lincoln's rustic beginnings. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar profile of Lincoln, which has been on the U.S. penny since 1909. This coin series, however, has a special touch with the initials of the designer, Victor David Brenner, at the base of Lincoln's shoulder, a tribute to the original artist behind the Lincoln penny. So, why is this coin so valuable to collectors? For one, 2009 marks a rare moment in U.S. Mint history. Typically, a coin design remains the same year after year. But for the Lincoln bicentennial, the Mint did something unusual by changing the reverse design 4 times. This alone made the 2009 coins unique and a must-have for collectors. Another reason for its appeal is the story it represents. For collectors, owning this coin is like owning a piece of Lincoln's journey from a poor child in a cabin to the leader of a nation. It's a reminder of his achievements and the odds he overcame. Now, let's talk about the value. Typically, a 2009 Lincoln Early Childhood Cent found in circulation might not be worth more than a penny to most people. But in the coin collecting world, condition is everything. If you happen to find one in pristine condition, known as MS-70, it could be worth quite a bit. For collectors, a high-grade version of this coin could sell for anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred, depending on its condition, rarity, and demand. But there are rare cases where collectors are willing to pay staggering amounts for a truly exceptional piece. So, as you can see, the 2009 Lincoln Early Childhood Cent is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and a symbol of his journey from humble beginnings to greatness. And here's where it gets interesting. There's a story of a pristine 2009 Lincoln Early Childhood Cent that sold in an auction, capturing the attention of collectors worldwide and fetching a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Today, we're diving deep into the history, design, and remarkable value of a coin that many might overlook, the United States 1 cent from 1979. You might think that pennies don't hold much value, but today's story will change your perspective. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some collectors would pay an unbelievable amount for this tiny piece of history, so make sure to watch until the end. First, let's go back in time. The 1979 penny is part of the long-standing Lincoln cent series, a line that has captured the hearts of Americans since 1909. The Lincoln cent was initially issued to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth and has remained one of the most recognizable coins in the world. The 1979 Lincoln cent belongs to the copper-plated coins that were circulating before a major composition change in 1982. Before then, these pennies were minted from 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a weightier feel than today's pennies, which are mostly zinc with a copper coating. Let's talk about the design, which carries iconic details. On the front, or obverse, we have the famous profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His design has stood the test of time and has been on the penny longer than any other U.S. coin design. Look closely, and you'll see the word Liberty to Lincoln's left, and the year, 1979, along with a small mint mark, which tells us where it was minted. The D mark stands for Denver, while an S would indicate it was minted in San Francisco, and no mark typically means it came from Philadelphia. Turning over to the reverse side, we find the stunning Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you can see Lincoln seated inside the memorial, an incredible detail considering the size of this coin. Above the memorial, you'll find United States of America with the motto E pluribus unum inscribed, meaning out of many, one. Beneath the memorial is the coin's value in simple words, 1 cent. Now, here's where things get exciting for collectors. Many 1979 pennies are worth only face value, but there are some unique versions that have created a stir in the numismatic world. One thing that collectors are always on the lookout for is a minting error. Believe it or not, errors can make a penny significantly more valuable. In 1979, there were some double-die obverse pennies, where the text and details were accidentally struck twice, resulting in a slight doubling effect. If you have one of these rare error coins, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Other variants that are valuable to collectors are coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, often referred to as mint state. These are coins that have never been used in circulation, meaning they haven't endured the wear and tear that normal pennies go through. Coins rated mint state 65 and above are particularly valuable. So, how can you identify if you have a valuable 1979 penny? Here are a few tips. First, look for any signs of doubling, especially on the letters of Liberty or the date. If you see doubling, you may have a double die error, which significantly increases the coin's value. Second, check for any unusual markings or off-centering, as these are also error types that collectors pay a premium for. Also, pay attention to the condition. A penny that's in excellent shape with minimal scratches or wear will naturally be worth more. And if you happen to find a 1979 penny still in its original mint-sealed roll, you could be looking at a nice little treasure. Pennies from 1979 might not seem all that rare, but their history, unique design, and error variations make them valuable and interesting to collectors. For some, it's the thrill of finding a piece of history in their pocket change. For others, it's about completing a collection of high-grade coins that encapsulate American history. These tiny coins remind us of the times they were minted in, and as they age, they only grow more valuable to those who recognize their worth. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the value. While many 1979 pennies are worth just a few cents or a few dollars, there are certain rare error coins that can command a jaw-dropping price among collectors. Believe it or not, some unique Lincoln cents, including a few rare specimens from this era, have sold for a staggering $3.5 million in words. So, before you pass on that penny you find on the sidewalk, take a closer look. You never know if that humble coin might be worth a small fortune. Make sure to check your collection, and who knows, you might just have a hidden gem. Today, we have something very exciting to explore, a coin that most of us might overlook in our everyday change, but it could actually be worth more than a house. Yes, we're talking about the 1984 United States 1-cent coin, and you won't believe what this humble penny could fetch if it's the right kind. First, let's talk a little about the penny itself. In 1984, the United States Mint produced millions of these 1-cent coins. It's a fairly common coin in the sense that you could still come across it in pocket change or an old piggy bank. But, like any treasure, the true value of a coin isn't just in the year it was made or the metal it contains, it's all about the details. So, what makes some 1984 pennies so valuable? It all comes down to a unique error that occurred in a few of these coins, which collectors call the double die error. This particular error involves the doubling of specific features on the coin, usually on the lettering or key parts of the design. The 1984 penny has a famous double die error, especially noticeable on the word Liberty and on Lincoln's ear. Imagine this: you find a 1984 penny, and you look closely, maybe with a magnifying glass or a microscope, and you notice that some letters or features seem to have a shadow or a double image. That slight error can take this coin from being worth just 1 cent to something truly remarkable. It's amazing to think how such a small flaw could lead to such a high value, right? Now, let's talk about grading. The condition of a coin is incredibly important in determining its value. For collectors, higher quality coins with minimal wear are far more desirable. If you find a 1984 double die penny in mint or near mint condition, your coin could be worth quite a bit. Most double die 1984 pennies in average circulated condition are valuable, but uncirculated versions are where we start to see the prices soar. But there's another factor at play. Rarity is key. The 1984 double die pennies are incredibly rare because not many were made and even fewer have survived in pristine condition. The combination of rarity and condition makes these rare coins some of the most sought-after items in the coin collecting world. Now, if you're wondering just how much this coin can be worth, buckle up. While a typical 1984 double die penny can fetch several hundred or even thousands of dollars, there have been some remarkable auction sales for pristine examples. In fact, in one extraordinary case, a collector purchased a flawless 1984 double die penny for a jaw-dropping $2.5 million. So, next time you're looking through your pennies, take a closer look. That little copper coin might just be a hidden fortune. Who knows? You might have a valuable piece of history right in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that has more history and value than you might expect, the United States of America's 1 cent from 2005. You may have a few of these lying around, but have you ever wondered if your 2005 penny could be worth a small fortune? Now, let's start with a little background. The 1 cent coin from 2005, commonly known as the penny, is one of the most familiar coins to Americans. It features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner back in 1909. The reverse, or back, of the coin, from 1959 to 2008, displays the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the president it honors. The Lincoln penny has always held a place of significance, not only as the longest-running coin design in U.S. history but also because it's tied to the legacy of one of America's most admired presidents. For over a century, it has represented the unity of the nation, e pluribus unum, out of many, one, and every year it serves as a reminder of Lincoln's role in American history. So, what makes the 2005 penny special? First, let's talk about its design and specifications. This coin was produced in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, marked by a P or D below the date. It's made primarily of copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams with a diameter of 19 millimeters. The portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, or head's side, is familiar to us all, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: what makes certain 2005 pennies rare and valuable. For coin collectors, there are a few specific details to look out for. Mint mark: check for pennies with a Denver D or Philadelphia mint mark. Although these coins were mass-produced, collectors often look for those in pristine condition or with certain errors that add significant value. Some 2005 pennies have unique minting errors. For example, you might find an off-center strike, where the design isn't perfectly centered. Coins with doubling errors, where part of the design appears twice, can also be very valuable. Like all coins, condition is key. If your 2005 penny is in uncirculated condition or even close to it, you may have something special. Coins graded MS65 or higher are what collectors really seek, as they have the crispest details and the least wear. Special grades and designations. Coins in a mint state, with attractive toning or unique features, can increase their appeal to collectors. So, let's talk about real-world value. How much can a 2005 penny actually be worth? Most 2005 pennies are valued around their face value, or maybe a bit more if they're in great condition. But for collectors, coins that have rare features or errors can be worth far more. Those special coins can sometimes fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Here's the moment we've all been waiting for. Believe it or not, there are pennies out there that have sold for amounts you'd never expect. Certain error pennies, or those with unique mint characteristics, have reached astronomical prices. In fact, one extremely rare penny went for a mind-blowing $1.7 million at auction. So, next time you get a penny in your change, take a second look. You might just have a hidden treasure. Who knows, that little 2005 penny could be worth way more than just 1 cent. Thanks for joining us, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more exciting coin stories. See you next time.